Good Friday.
Happy
Friday, Jen.
How are you today?
We're wonderful. We turned cool.
We turned cold, and I'm windy and cold, and I'm not super into it, but that's okay. You know, no one asked
Fall
me.
is upon us.
Yep.
It's a great time of year.
It is, and there's so much going on this weekend. I can't even. The Ritz today is doing something really cool. They're partnering with Crafty's Meat Market, and the first 45 veterans in get a free lunch.
Yes. It's Veterans Day, first of all.
Yes, first of all.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, veterans.
To the veterans,
Yes.
first and foremost.
First and foremost. So that's so cool that they're doing that. And then this weekend, there's shopping galore.
It's in around the lakes. They call it WOW.
Mhm.
It's the WOW Okoboji weekend, and they've got a lot of stuff going on, especially at the Dickinson County Expo building.
Yep.
Kind of all weekend. You can go online or you can check it out. But there's a cool number of things going on, and so that's really a big deal.
Absolutely.
A lot of people coming to town.
A lot of people come to town. There's also, so the mall, the Great Lakes Mall also has a sip and shop at the mall on Saturday, and I think a lot of people are going to have deals. A lot of the stores will have deals. And then all of the Spirit Lake merchants have their holiday open houses this weekend.
Yeah.
So definitely check those out.
It's an out and about weekend. So come out and be about.
Yes, absolutely. And especially on Sunday, if you are out and about, Mark is having 2 open houses for he's not going to be in 2 places at once, but 2 of his properties. One is on the new listing on East Lake. The address is 174 252nd Avenue. It is listed for $1.35 million, and
Yes.
it is, you guys, that house is so cool. You
It's a
have to
fabulous home. It's on the very north end of East Lake Okoboji.
Yes, kind of by the spillway over there. And
Yes.
it's Sunday from 1 to 3. And then his other property is 98 Helen Avenue in the South Shore Estates, and they reduced that to $849,000. So that one is a really great property too.
Yep.
They're ready to.
Yep, right on the lower gar, right on the water. Get in your boat and go.
Yep, pretty
Yes.
much. It's perfect. So what has been going on real estate wise this week?
Well, it's been another pretty good week,
Yeah.
considering everything that's going on. There have been 5 closes in Dickinson County, and of those 5, 4 were single-family homes. 1 was on Big Spirit, and 1 condo on East closed. So a little less closings
Yeah.
than some of the weeks we've had, but again, it's a good solid pattern.
Yep, absolutely. And new on the market, there were 6, so that's pretty steady as well. There were 3 single families that were listed. 1 was on Big Spirit. There was a condo on East in Bridges Bay. There was a townhouse that was listed on Quail Run. And then there's a residential land parcel in Arnold's Park on Okoboji Grove Road that was listed as well.
Absolutely. And the other stat that we kind of keep track of is what's currently on the market.
Yeah.
And right now, there are 3 properties on West Lake Okoboji. There's 2, and I'm talking single family homes, 2 on Lower Gar. There's 1 in the Wahpeton Canals. There's a condo in the harbor. And there are 6 properties, 2 single family home and 2 condos on East Lake. And then Big Spirit has 4 single family homes and 1 condo on the market right now. So again, a variety across the board.
Absolutely. And current single family homes in the Dickinson County area, there's 61. So one addition from last week. So
Yeah.
this time of year, everybody's really busy with the holidays and everything coming up. So it's kind of a little bit slower, but has not come to a standstill at all. We're still
No,
moving.
not at all, not at all. And you've got one of your properties has a price change.
Yes, so the 2104 Chicago Avenue, we are moving that one down to $200,000. So we are absolutely ready to get that one sold. You guys, that one has so much space in it. I cannot stress this enough. This has more space than most of the homes that you think of on Keokuk or things like that.
Right.
Like it's very, very large. It doesn't look like it from the outside. But yeah.
Perfect. Good. Well, what should we talk about?
Let's do a little law update. Let's bore everyone on Friday after Friday morning. So everybody when the market was crazy hot, everybody was doing buyer love letters. So explain to the audience if they don't know what a buyer love letter is.
Sure. Basically, it is a letter by the buyer. The buyer writes a letter explaining why they love the house they are making an offer on. and it can be everything from the physical part of it. They love the kitchen, the bedrooms, the landscaping, to my family would fit right in here, to the neighborhood. It kind of goes through why they would be a perfect match to buy and live in this house. And it's a personal touch as opposed to just, black and white,
Here's my
make an
offer.
offer.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what a love letter, we call them love letters, but it's an informational letter from a potential buyer to a seller.
And they were including those in offers to help make that offer more enticing to sellers.
Right. So the seller gets a warm feeling that
It's
the
going
next
some-
person that owns
yeah.
my house will love my house like I
Take
do.
care of it. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And so in 2021, the state of Oregon actually banned them and said, nope, you can't do them anymore. That's not, they prohibit it. But a brokerage sued them and said, actually, that's a violation of our First Amendment rights. I don't think that's right. And this, the ruling in the court ruled in the brokerage's favor,
Yes.
saying that you can do buyer love letters. However, you cannot, the seller still cannot deny or choose an offer based on certain protected rights under
Absolutely.
the federal fair housing laws, such as, race, religion, class, gender, things like that.
Right. The letter needs to be very specifically written, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
You need to be careful when you
You
write
need to
one of
be
those letters.
Very careful. So, it's kind of just, and anymore, we don't really need them because we're not in the multiple offer situation.
Right.
But it's in the future, if this, if a hot seller's market comes up again, it's always important to talk to a realtor so you don't get yourself into trouble
Absolutely.
writing
Absolutely.
a buyer love letter that you shouldn't.
Yeah. You're spot on. So it never hurts, and it's a nice feeling, especially for the seller, to feel that the next owner is someone that's really wants to live there and be there.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's kind of a warm fuzzy scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
So, and also, let's talk about too, rates have kind of dropped a tiny bit, it
Mortgage
seems.
rates for the first time in quite a
Yes.
while have taken a little drop. I looked this morning, the 20-year mortgage was kind of in the mid to high sixes around here, and it's now below 6.5. And the new inflation numbers that came out today, inflation is backing off a little. So I'm not saying we've
News?
turned the corner, and I'm no economist and
No,
Washington
no.
guru, but it looks like there's a little light at the end of the tunnel here.
Yeah, and
I'm really optimistic.
absolutely, same here. And if you want to know what the current, like the interest rates and the current inflation is doing to the value of your home, like what your home is worth right now, give us a call. We're happy to do a evaluation of your home for you, just so you know, so you have that information.
And everybody here in the office, we do a number of home evaluations like annually, just because people like to know what their property's worth. When the market's been going crazy, it's a nice thing. And then a number of people for their estates, oftentimes either annually or every couple 3 years or whatever, would just kind of like to have a number to put on
Updated
for
value.
their value. So if you would just like a market analysis of your home, no obligation, free, we'd be more than happy to do that. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Kirk, I hope you have a fabulous weekend. It's going to be busy.
Oh, it's going to be great. Good weekend in Okoboji again.
Cheers.